Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lucifer, of course, and I'm a business and spiritual consultant. And if you're wondering what is Lucifer doing on Earth, let me tell you. He's talking about everything that the world is made of, which is what? Business and spirituality, baby. Yes, sir, Bob. So today, you know how Google works. I made a video. I was talking about some very heavy subjects, and I just got hit with a hook with a short that I actually forgot existed. I've seen it before, but I actually forgot that it existed, and it's a perfect example. So this video, it's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. In this video, this angelic guy, God fearing angelic man. There's three God fearing angelic people in the video. Super angels. Some people might call people that look like that super angels. If you don't know what a super angel is, do your research. It's a little bit wild, it's a little bit crazy, it's a little bit out there. But it's basically super angels are basically human beings, angels posing as human beings. That's what a super angel is. And it's not always easy to recognize. You gotta have a third eye to see those kinds of things. So that angelic motherfucker called Lil Wayne. So basically, it was podcast. There was four. I don't know about the DJ Khaled. I don't want to call him angelic, and he didn't do nothing wrong to nobody and shit like that. But he was hanging around these motherfuckers. But I don't know. Like he's so fucking positive all the fucking time. I have a hard time believing he be like doing that to people and shit like that. But it could happen, man. Like who fucking knows? It could fucking happen. So I digress. There's DJ Khaled on the podcast. There's DJ Khaled, Lil Wayne, um, Wiz Khalifa, and everybody's favorite, Rick Ross. So they're on the podcast. They're talking, and they're talking about ghostwriting. Apparently, they're talking about ghostwriting. It was a short. I don't know. The last time I saw it was a short too. I didn't like it the first time I saw it, and I didn't like it today. Um, so they're talking about ghostwriting, and at some point they start having some double speech. They start having double speech. Now, mind you, this is after the whole debacle with Rick Ross drugging and abusing a lady, and he lost his Adidas contract and everything, $6 million contract and everything. Everybody knows that. It's on TV. Blah blah blah. But what got to me is these little fucking cowards. These little fucking cowards are sitting there on the thing, and Lil Wayne, the biggest coward of them all, Lil Wayne sits there and uh, he's like having some double speech. He's trying to convey to the masses or to his partners in crime that he's also guilty of doing such things. And then you have Wiz Khalifa that adds on to it in case you feel like I'm just connecting dots where there's no dots to be connected. But then you hear Wiz Khalifa on the other end of the table saying no face, no case. And the funny thing is, he's saying no face, no case. Lil Wayne is talking about, he does such things, which is literally word for word what he said. And then you have Rick Ross, that mind you doesn't say shit, sitting right between the two. And this is what I was talking about earlier when I'm like, people like TV and other people, other corrupted, mentally corrupted individuals, because I'm not talking about legal when I say corrupted, I mean your soul. And corrupted people make it seem as if they're the Don Juans, like they run shit, right? They always make it seem like they run shit, because at the end of the day, there's no like suburban. There's no. It's not a generality. Maybe there is, but it's not a generality that a suburban feller would walk up to a bunch of gangsters and act them how they operate, right? So it's real because of the ignorance that we have towards that world. It is easy for us to believe that little people like that are actual bosses. In my experience, people like that are not actual bosses. All right. So in my experience, people like that are not actual bosses. And maybe I'm crazy too, cause I'm a little bit crazy too, cause sometimes there's some days I might do something to somebody, and then there's some days I might not. You know what I mean? Cause it could. I'm not saying it's impossible that that a 6'4" big dude, be overcompensating on his power, and authority, and he flaunts it on everybody, men and women. That happens too. So sometimes you would be kind of inclined in saying, well, I don't give a fuck. If he's a boss, I'll fuck him up too. You'd be inclined to saying that because of anger, obviously. I wouldn't suggest doing that, but I understand your feeling. Like I understand the feeling. But most of the time, generally speaking, most of the time these guys are small fries. They ain't shit. And here's the proof. Okay, Lil Wayne, with the most arrogant, threatening, I don't give a fuck face he could possibly muster, says, I do such things too, while Rick Ross is sitting next to him. Mind you, people might like Lil Wayne. Some people might like Lil Wayne. A lot of people don't like Lil Wayne. A lot. And I understand why. Because let's face the facts here. I'm gonna sound like Cat William here for 2 seconds, but let's bring it back. Let's bring it back for 2 seconds. Lil Wayne has been on TV, consistently on TV, since the age of 14. Lil Wayne has been on TV consistently since the age of 14. Where did he get the time to become a gangster? Where did he get the time to be a gangster? Because you was on TV for years. So I don't understand where he found the information needed to be able to have an opinion about what goes on in the hood. Because you don't live there. You never lived there. You never lived there. And the thing is, you got Birdman. Birdman said he came to Canada. He was in Canada when he was younger. There's no hoods in Canada. Well, there's hoods, but there's no projects. Well, it's not the same. You know what I mean, bro? It's just not the same. There's projects. There's hoods, but it's not the same. So, and you can count them on your fingers. The hoods and the hoods and projects, you can count them on the fingers. So, I don't understand how Birdman came to Canada, lived here for a couple years, moves back to the United States, finds Lil Wayne at 14, start making music, consistently pulls out album almost every month, almost every week, because that's what Cash Money was doing back in the 90s. Cash Money back in the 90s was pulling out albums every month. No Limit was doing the same shit. No Limit was doing the same shit. And Cash Money was doing the same shit. It was a style. It was their personal style. It's how they conduct their business. That's how they conduct their hip hopperage. So they would pull out albums every week, every month. So you're gonna tell me these guys, the same guys that made I'm got a quarter tank of gas in my new key class, and that's okay, cause I'm alright. Do you know how fucking lit that song was back in the days? I don't think you do, because you wasn't born yet. You know, like, you don't know because you wasn't born yet. So what I'm trying to get at here is you have a 14-year-old successful rapper acting like he a full demon. This motherfucker acting like he's a full-blown demon. But he's been on TV since he was in diapers. That's some crazy shit. And now the thing that what happened was, you got some motherfuckers that'll listen to that sort of shit and that will aggrandize them. I have so much trouble saying that word. Aggrandize them, whatever. I'll practice my elocution after this video. You know, like, you know, so they aggrandize themselves hearing their bullshito artist telling them that they do shit like that too, like that shit gangster. Like, I'ma look at you as a platform, as a mentor for gangster shit, and I'm gonna take your word for it, and I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, he with us. Yeah, he with us. And this is what the fuck I'm talking about. And this is how people get fooled. This is how people believe bullshit. That's how people believe bullshit. And of course, there's a lot of people that don't like Lil Wayne, though. I'm going to give y'all that. But it's just one example. And, you know, like I said, at this point, it's not snitching. Because, like, can you agree that me stating what I'm stating right now is not snitching? Can we agree on that? This man went on a podcast with a known rapist, surrounded himself with other people, and then continued on to double speak and antagonize the audience by saying weird sounding shit as no face, no case, as we do such things too. So you're antagonizing the audience to attack you. You're antagonizing me to attack you. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Because you're sitting there thinking you're safe. And the thing you don't understand is that people are trying to give you a chance to change your ways. People are trying to give you a chance so you can live. Nobody wants to kill people. Nobody wants to kill anybody. Because nobody wants to get killed either. Because when you die, it's over. There's nothing. You can't make money. You can't fuck hoes. You can't do shit. You're dead. So nobody wants that happening. And people don't necessarily want to do that to other people. So there's some people that are walking around not knowing that they're actually dead men walking. You know what I mean? And it'll only take like a dime to drop for shit to go down for you. I'm not saying I'm not saying anything is gonna happen to Lil Wayne. This is not a threat. But he said what he said. And it's a perfect example of what I was just talking about earlier on. Everybody acting like they're good people, and at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So and they always trying to rock us to sleep. They always trying to make themselves look bad, look good, but then they're the evil people. You know what I mean? And they trying to make everybody else look bad at the same time while they're doing the fucked up shit. This just came in. This just came in. There's a synagogue, a Jewish synagogue in Brooklyn. They found a hole in a synagogue in Brooklyn. A hole. Some Jews was building a tunnel inside of a church. No one knows why these guys were building a tunnel inside of a church. But they were building a tunnel inside of a church. Very weird. Weird shit. Very weird shit. So I don't know. You know, it's already too late for Lil Wayne. I mean, he's almost dead. You know, he's dying from drugs and drug abuse and shit like that. Blah blah. So it's kind of a little bit too late to point the finger at him. But I do feel like a finger should be pointed because he just said that he's guilty of doing things like that, and Wiz Khalifa is right next to him, fucking laughing his ass off, agreeing with him. I'm very disappointed Wiz Khalifa. He seemed like a cool dude. But the nigga trash. That nigga's pure trash. Complete and utter garbage. It's human waste. Scum. Toxic. Not even human waste. It's toxic waste. Toxic waste, dude. Scumbag. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do as a people? What we gonna do? We just well nobody's listening. I don't even know why I'm tripping for. I don't even know why I'm true because nobody likes Lil Wayne. I've never met a person except me. I've never met a person that liked Lil Wayne. Not for real. I'm the only person from my area in Montreal. I'm the only dude in Montreal that likes Lil Wayne. Everybody, Bloods hates, Crips hate Lil Wayne, and Bloods. You know what I mean? Crips and Bloods don't like Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the fuck this nigga talking about. You know, I don't know where he comes off thinking that he has the sort of power that he can say some shit like that and people just gonna accept the fucking thing. I don't know why he thinks he has that kind of power. It's kind of weird. I don't know who gave him that kind of power. I don't know who died and made him Jesus. You know, he's a very angelic little dude. He's a very angelic little dude, man. Very angelic. You know what I mean? With all his inspiration, with all his creative inspiration and mediumic style of rapping. Because Lil Wayne's a medium. You know what I mean? That nigga on some bullshit. Lil Wayne is a medium, man. He's a witch. He does magic. He does black magic. He's a witch. And that's for sure. You know. And if he's not a witch, then he's an angel. If he's not a witch, he's an angel. You know what I mean? I think he's an angel. I think he was put here on Earth to fuck with your mind. You know, because I don't see how. I don't understand how a man that has never been a real gangster, that never really had to go through bullshit for real, for a real reason, come off thinking that if he says shit like that, everybody else is going to be on board with him. That's just crazy nonsense. That's just crazy nonsense, bro. That's craziness, man. Like, that's just craziness, bro. And I saw it a couple years ago, and I was already pissed off. But I don't have a big platform. You know, I'm not a person with a big platform. You know, I'm just a regular dude that just, you know, sees things and don't appreciate the bad things that are happening and appreciate the good things that are happening. That's who I am. I'm just a guy that appreciates and doesn't appreciate things. That's it. Yeah, you know, like, that's it for real. So, but I do feel like somebody should have said something when he said that shit. He should have caught some flack. They should have burned him alive. They should have burned him alive. Right there and then. And it feels like this is the thing about Hollywood. They're selective about who they attack. It's like this Diddy shit. I hope they take down Diddy. The green light on that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what they do to him. I don't care. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do to him. But it seems that it's selective. Because Lil Wayne is 10 times more guilty. Not because of actions done, but because of what was said. Lil Wayne is 100 times more guilty and dishonorable than Puffy is. So the weird thing is, why did they jump? Why did they skip? So the question is, why did they skip Lil Wayne where he said and done the shit that he did when he acted like the most disgusting nigga he can think of? And then, you know, anyway, and that's another thing, man. Like, that's what I'm talking about. You know, like, these guys got other people protecting them. You know what I mean? And it got other gangsters fooled. It has other gangsters fooled. You know what I mean? Because, you know, like, it got other gangsters fooled, bro. Everybody think that's just how it works. You know what I mean? They fooling everybody. Those little pieces of shits are fooling everybody, nigga. Like, they're fooling us, they're fooling them, they're fooling everybody. Even the gangsters are getting fooled. And, so you have this guy, you have this Rick Ross guy, this fat tub of lard that done did what he fucking done did. And then you got the little gremlins, two little skinny ass, ugly motherfuckers, goddamn goblin looking motherfuckers, right? Next to the big walrus sitting over there. Talking about, yeah, I do that shit too. No case, no face. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. Like, word for word. So people get fooled because people are kind of like, oh shit, that's Lil Wayne. Well, if Lil Wayne accepts Rick Ross, then I guess I'll accept Rick Ross too. And then they put Wiz Khalifa because they already know Lil Wayne ain't shit. So they added Wiz Khalifa that has more clout today than Lil Wayne. And he be hanging around the niggas that be hanging around with. And he's like, So I'm sitting here wondering why nobody said shit when that happened. Because it happened. I'm wondering why nobody said shit when that happened. Where's the repercussions? I mean, sure, Rick Ross lost $6 million, but what about Lil Wayne for being guilty by association? Or Wiz Khalifa, that's also guilty by association. Shit, it's a good thing DJ Khaled didn't open his motherfucking mouth, but he could definitely be eligible to be guilty by association also. But I didn't watch the podcast, so maybe he did say some stupid shit in there. Even though I'd be very surprised if he did, because he always trying to keep it lighthearted and everything and whatnots, whatever. But I don't fucking know DJ Khaled. That's all I'm saying. I don't know him. But I listen to Lil Wayne's music. I listen to Wiz Khalifa's music. Shit, I even listen to Rick Ross music. So all three of these motherfuckers completely broke my heart. These three motherfuckers completely broke my heart, man. They broke me, bro. Rick Ross broke me in half. Do you know Rick Ross is another motherfucker that nobody likes except me? Do you know how long I bumped this some bitch's music? I used to listen to his music even when people was calling him a snitch. I didn't give a fuck. I used to love listening to Lil Wayne too. I listen to him from time to time. Wiz Khalifa also. So I'm just disheartened, confused, hurt, heartbroken that these little slime balls acting the way they act. And that, my friend, is slime ball behavior, man. That's slime ball behavior, bro. Inexcusable behavior, bro. Inexcusable behavior. Should he catch some flack for what he said a couple years ago? Yes, I do think he should. I do think he should. I don't give a fuck if his face is swollen. I hope he dies in the courtroom. I hope he dies in the court. I hope he has a heart attack in the middle of the fucking courtroom, in the middle of the case. I don't give a fuck if his face swollen. So it's almost as if society has made it okay for other people to violate other people. It's like that's and it is. Society has made it okay for people to violate other people. Cause them motherfuckers are gonna watch this video that I just made. I don't think people. I'm speaking hypothetically. I don't think anybody's gonna say shit about this fucking video. I'd be very surprised if somebody says something about this video. But it's not impossible. But I'ma still say this though. There are some people that hypothetically would call this video, would put this video under the category of snitching. And that's where the problem is. That's the problem that I'm trying to bring up and have a conversation with, because that needs to fucking stop. When shit goes overboard like this, there ain't no fucking snitching. There ain't no fucking snitching. This has just went overboard. This motherfucker drugged the girl, raped her, woke up the next day, made a song about it, invited two of his friends to make it look like it's okay for him to have done what he did. Bro, chill the fuck. You know what I mean? Chill, bro. Like, fucking chill, my nigga. Like, stop calling people fucking snitches. Relax. Relax with that shit. That's some bullshit. Could you imagine the woman that happened to watching TV, having to see this motherfucker's face, and having people celebrating this motherfucker when he just did what he done did to you, and this motherfucker sitting there, motherfuckers celebrating him, niggas calling him Rosé, This nigga call him Rose. What the fuck is he calling nigga Rose for, man? I don't give a fuck that he like pink. That's not the fucking problem. I love pink too. I just don't understand why you sucking his dick like that for. Are you calling him Rose, nigga? Just call him Rick Ross. Just call him Ross or Ricky or Rick. I don't know. Or just say the whole fucking thing like a pimp named Slipback. My name is a pimp named Slipback. Your name is Slipback? No, you say the whole thing. A pimp named Slipback. You say the whole thing. Rose. Stop calling that motherfucker Rose, bro. Shut the fuck up, man. The fuck you talking about, bro? Like, what the fuck is you saying? Stop saying that, bro. Like, call him Rose. What are you calling fucking Rose for? Nigga? Shut up. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. People are gonna think I'm mad. I'm not mad. Why would I be mad? I'm not mad, bro. I'm stating facts. This is Google. Google brought this to my attention. I wasn't looking for it. You know what I mean? And this ain't fucking snitching, man. Like this is we, man. Like, dude. Shit. like my dude. Like, stop, bro. Like, just get some help. Stop. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I don't know. I don't know. And now I don't know if you guys watch the news. This is another thing that came under my my little eye. My little spy eye. My little eye spy. Jeffrey Epstein. The Jeffrey Epstein case. Apparently there's a list of celebrities, and a lot of celebrities are supposed to be on that list. And if you don't know what that list is, Jeffrey Epstein has a sex island. He's been accused, and they're trying to convict him of a lot of sexual deviancy. And apparently, he invited artists, a variety of artists, to come to the island to take part in this freak on. So Puffy is also being, Puff Daddy is also being accused of the same thing. He's being accused of having freak offs. If you don't know what a freak off is when he invites dudes to fuck girls that he manages for some reason. Apparently that's a thing. Apparently that's a thing. So Jeffrey Epstein is also being convicted of doing the same thing, to have freak offs. The reason why this was brought up to my attention is Jimmy Kimmel. Somebody said, I don't know who, but somebody said that he might have been on the list. Apparently he wasn't on the list. I'm pretty sure Jimmy Kimmel was I'm not pretty sure. I was going to do a joke, but I didn't plan it, so I'm not going to do the joke. Fuck it. I was going to say something else. But Jimmy Kimmel, I'm pretty sure he's not on the list. But the reason why he's not on the list is not because he's not a piece of shit like those people are. It's because he's too much of a dork and a doorknob to be invited. Because Jimmy Kimmel is obviously, and all due respect, I'm sorry, all due respect, and this comes from, I called you a nerd and a dork, but you have to understand, this comes from, I watch your show, and anybody with a brain that watches Jimmy Kimmel's show will know that he's on a completely different level of complete bullshittery. Anybody with a brain knows that. So if I call you a nerd and a dork, it's not because I feel like insulting somebody. This comes from years of watching you do this kind of stupid shit to people on a consistent basis. Basically spreading misinformation on a consistent basis every fucking night. Consistently. Jimmy Kimmel is a person that lies through his fucking teeth. He lies like he breathes. So, people need to wake up. People need to wake up. We need to smell the roses. We need to wake the fuck up and stop doing this sort of bullshit. Because we're picking and choosing. We can't pick and choose. We can't pick and choose. That makes no sense. Not on this. Not on this kind of shit. Not when children are being taken away from their parents. Not when children are being turned into slaves in industry plants, being groomed and trained to mess with people's minds. You can't sit there and be like, you snitching. No, man. Stop. Get some help. Like Michael Jordan. Stop. Get some help. For real. Stop. Get some help, bro. You need to get some help, bro. Because this is overboard. This just went overboard. This has nothing to do with real street shit. You know, ain't nobody. I'm not fucking up your money. You're not losing any drugs. You're not losing any money. You're not losing anything. You're not losing any friends. You're not losing any family. No, this motherfucker went overboard. He went overboard by himself, and he's gonna pay for it by himself. And that's the end of the fucking story. There's no fucking snitching here. This ain't no fucking snitching thing. And they always try to make it seem like somebody's snitching so they can get out of it. You know what I mean? It's like when you catch someone doing something. It's like your little sister hits you and then you run and tell mom. You know what I mean? Like I just hit you. Like I just punched you. You punched me, but I punched you back, and then you run and tell mom that I punched you. Nigga, get the fuck out of here, man. Shut your ass up with that fucking, you know, like, you know what I mean? With the fucking, snitching bullshit. The fuck out of here with that, man. How you gonna punch me first, and then when I punch you, you go and run tell mom? Bitch. So, for real, but that's what it is. That's you running and tell mom, bro. You trying to act. You trying to use your gangster pass to make me believe that Rick Ross raping somebody is okay. Nigga, if you don't get out my face, man, the fuck out of here with that shit, bro. The fuck you talking about, man? So, this is a lovely time. 2024 is going to be a good old demonic time. Our darkness is going to spread throughout the land. And there's nothing that these little angels can do about it. Our darkness will spread through the land, and it will consume every living thing on this planet. You will accept it, and you will enjoy it. The other day, it's kind of hard to speak while being possessed at the same time. It's really not that easy, dude. I'm trying as hard as I can, and I don't think you want to watch a video of a guy just sitting there rolling his out in the back of his head for an hour. So I'm trying to speak here, but it's not easy. I feel like speaking in tongues right now. Um, give me a second. Hold up. I should probably stop using Lucifer's name when I make videos. That'd probably be a good idea. I'm fucking possessed up in this bitch, man. Okay. Shit. So, I feel like, because people are like, well, you went to jail the other day. So somebody was, and you got out. So somebody was helping you. Yes. Lucifer and Kali. I already told you that. It wasn't God. I drew up, I was in my jail cell. I drew up a little picture of Lucifer's sigil. That's for during the night, because you can't practice during the day. Because during the day, he's asleep. When the fire is a burning, Mr. Fire is a when Mr. Fire is ablaze when the sun is up, when the sun go down. So when you call Mr. Fire, you gotta call Mr. Fire at night. So obviously I couldn't do shit. So what had happened was they sent the Illuminati or the cultists or maybe my mother, I don't know, because there was some voodoo involved in there somewhere. And it was confirmed that there is somebody doing voodoo in the hospitals because Freda keeps appearing there. And I have another person that went to the hospital. My eyes are closed because I'm trying to, not be possessed here. So there's another person. So there's another person that I met told me the same shit. He saw Freda too. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm not crazy. I knew I wasn't crazy, but whatever. It's always better hearing, because like, if you never have somebody to confirm things to you, at some point you're gonna doubt yourself. You're gonna be like, am I crazy? Did that really just happen? Like, anyway. So whatever. Flash forward here. Let's get back to the story. So I saw Freda in there, in the hospital. I went there twice, and I saw her twice. Very annoying. Brutally annoying. Brutally annoying. She was very annoying. Obnoxious, even. So they sent Freda after me, and there was some other Illuminati witches in there. There was some other Illuminati witches in there that looked like fucking lizards. Ladies that look like lizards, bro, like with gnarled hands, like like Kanye, like Cat Williams says, So they had this lady with her gnarled hands trying to do black magic on me. There was staff members that was trying to do black magic on me. There were bullshit con artists, fake patients, fake crisis agent, fake agents, fake patients in there doing black magic on me. And they're probably doing that to other people too, I'm pretty sure. So I had to defend myself. So when I went there, I didn't think that I would have had to defend myself spiritually, because it's a fucking hospital. I didn't think there was gonna be any fucking witches in the fucking hospital. But then I started noticing things. I started noticing I didn't feel good, or I would get angry, or people would get angry at me for no reason. Things like weird shit. And so I started looking around. I started doing meditation. I started, praying to Lucifer. I started doing meditation. And I started seeing people losing. I started to see people getting kicked out, people losing, people getting locked up in the solitary and shit like that. Those were all the people that was coming at me. The first night, I can't tell you what happened the first night. Not completely, man. I'll tell you what happened a little bit. But, it was very interesting. The reason why I can't tell you what happened precisely is because of the way that Lucifer helped me. I don't want you guys to... Other demonologists, Satanists, and Luciferian, if I tell this story to them in their face, they're not going to give two fucks. They're going to think it's funny. But I can't tell this story to everybody on this platform because then it's going to create more bullshittery. But I'm going to lay it down like this. The first night I went in there, they put me in solitary. I was crying. I was screaming. I was crying. I was angry. I wanted to fight people. Like I was pissed off. I was not in my right mind. So they put me in the solitary. I didn't want to stay in the solitary. I didn't do shit. I mean, I wasn't in my right mind, but I wasn't wrong about what the fuck I was saying. Because there's a lot of bullshit that was happening. There's a lot of injustice. I've noticed injustices being done. Because you have to understand, when I got arrested, the cops lied about what happened. So when they made a deposition, because they made on their deposition, they wrote a bunch of bullshit that wasn't true. And then I started to notice that this was done by other people. So this is why the other day I was angry at doctors. And I don't think right now is not a good time to trust the health system, mental health and physical health system. It is not a time to trust these doctors. It is a very bad time to trust. They are not with us. Doctors are not with us. They are very sold out, all of them. So be careful. You might need to go to the doctor because you're a human and shit happens, but do not trust doctors today. Whatever they tell you, take it under consideration and try to do your own research, or do as much as you can to figure out if whatever he said is truthful or not. Because like I said, from my last visit at the hospital, I'll tell you this: these doctors don't give a shit about your health. The only thing they're trying to do is make money. Because we got doctors, because the police, you see, now ambulance police work with doctors. So you got to understand that. Now, so they report to each other. You got to understand that. So they report to each other. When they send a supposed criminal, a convicted felon, or somebody, blah, 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 whatever the case may be, they coordinate with each other. So you have to understand that these police officers, these supposed doctors are giving permission to these police officers to embellish. Because mind you, another thing that I learned going to the hospital is that a doctor's authority precedes a policeman's authority. If a doctor comes around and says, get that nigga out of his cuffs now, the cop has to do it. So I've noticed that there are injustices because these doctors, these so-called doctors are giving permission to police officers to lie, to embellish your case. And you wonder, well, why would they do that? So they can give you more medication. So they can order more medication and give it to the people. So they're not treating anybody. They're not helping anyone. They're not doing anything. What they're doing is selling drugs. That's it. They sell drugs. Like they sell drugs. That's it. That they don't help. There's no nothing. They don't nothing. They don't know nothing. They can't help. They can't help because they don't know shit. They don't know shit because they don't want to know shit, and they're not interested in knowing shit either. What they do is police go around town picking up everyone they possibly can, and then they just drop them off, and they try to. So in order to get medication to come to you, we got to make sure that you're crazy. So in order to make sure you're crazy, we're gonna lie in your shit. But the thing is, some other people might get fooled, but me, I'm too smart. You can't stick me full of drugs, bro. Like, that's ridiculous. Because I went to court, mind you. I went to court. I spoke for myself, and I won. You know what I mean? And that's what's going to happen if you try to stick me full of, because I'm not crazy, and I am very articulate, and I can express myself correctly and clearly. So you can't tell me that I need a person like me needs medication. I might have PTSD. That's true. But I am not at a point where I can't use my motor functions. I'm not at a point where I can't use my logic. I'm not at a point where I can't focus. I'm not at that point, So you're not gonna catch me lacking. So if you catch me on some shit like that, I'll be out of jail in 2 days. You know what I mean? I'll be out of jail in 2 days. So don't trust the health system today. Maybe back in the days, the health system was a little bit more trustworthy, but I do think that it got worse. I do think it got worse. I do think it is worse today than it has ever been. I think it's the worst. The medical system that we have right now is the worst we ever had in history. Hands down. I'm talking about third world country shit. So anyways, they sent witches and shit. So, so when there's so much evil and corruption, don't put it past you that there might be some fucking witches involved in that shit too. So anyways, I digress. Lucifer was protecting me in there. Lucifer was my guiding light. And I prayed to Kali during the day, who is also, I consider her to be a demon. And so does also other demonologists consider her to be a demon. I used her during the day to protect myself. I actually opened up my Kundalini not too long ago. I saw a cobra and everything. I saw a big ass cobra appear in my face and everything. The whole goddamn thing. A black and gold cobra appeared in front of me. So my Kundalini is now officially awakened. Hooray for me! And yeah, I had prayers. I used prayers for Kali too. I had mantras. So in the day, what I would do is I had my mala beads. I had my mala beads with me. So in the day, I would say Adiya Kalika Param Eshwari Shwaha. I would do that every day 108 times, which is about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes every morning. Uh, and then I would do a prayer to Lucifer during the day. I would just do a oratory rehearsal kind of shit, kind of prayer during the day too, as I meditate, and it cleared the way for a lot of bullshit. It cleared the way for a lot of bullshit because they were trying to get me stuck. They were trying to get me stuck. They were trying to get me in a bad situation. Um. So yeah, I think it's a little bit time I had a little bit of vengeance. I think it's time I had a little bit of vengeance because they took my wife away from me. They put me on medication. They locked me up, slandered, humiliated. So now it's time for me to put a spotlight on these people. They turned the spotlight on me, but now it's time for me to put the spotlight on them. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Peace.